What do you do when you're trying to film a video and you can't speak for the life of you? You try again. Alright. We're back. I cannot tell you how long it took me to get the camera level. Oh god. Alright. Here we are again. Thanks for tuning in again. If you did not see my first video, it was just introducing myself, getting that stuff going. Also, I had a lot of people telling me to look at the camera more, so I'm going to be trying to do that. But yeah, so today we're going to be doing a bit of a Q&A type thing. I had a lot of different questions, people asking me to clarify things that I was saying, and that's what I'm going to do today, so here we go. So one thing that I got a lot of questions about when I was talking about it was, what is dysphoria? So specifically what I'm talking about, also disclaimer before I talk about anything else, everything I'm talking about is specifically towards what I'm feeling and what I've experienced as a trans person. It could totally be different with any other trans person, so don't take it like the iron law. This is just what I've experienced and what I've gone through thus far. But dysphoria, specifically gender dysphoria, is feeling the disconnect emotionally, mentally, and physically with your biological sex. And with that, I really want to talk about the difference between gender and sex. So I'm going to just dive right into that. Talk about gender and sex. I've shot this part like 4 times, so let's get it right. I keep getting tongue-tied. Basically what I want to say is that people often confuse gender and sex as being the same thing, but they're actually not. Sex is your biological sex, usually distinguished by your genitals, your hormone levels, and chromosomes. But gender is based off of social norms and how you identify yourself. So, for example, myself, I am biologically was born a female, so my sex is female, but I identify myself as a male, and as me being a trans male, I do want to go on hormones, and once I get on those hormones, my testosterone levels will be the same as a cis man around my same age. And if anyone doesn't know what cisgender people are people who identify with their biological sex. So basically not a trans person, a cisgender person.
Cisgender. It's the politically correct name for people who aren't transgender. If you identify with the sex you were born with, then you're cis.
But then cisgender is just normal.
So I don't know if I explained that super well, but I will give you guys something to watch if you want to learn more about that. It's random, I know, but it's actually on Netflix, Canadian Netflix. If anyone remembers watching Bill Nye as a child in school, it's awesome. Love that guy. He actually has a new series on Netflix now, super random, but it's called Bill Nye Saves the World, and it's super interesting. He has some really good episodes on there, but he does have an episode called The Sexual Spectrum, and he talks a lot about sexual orientation and gender identity from the science part of it. He gets some medical professionals and people studying gender from Harvard and things like that. Some really qualified people talking about gender and sexual orientation, so definitely check that out, because I don't think I explained that super well for everyone. So another question I've been getting a lot of is, are you changing your name? And that is a very good question, and to that I say, I don't know. So basically, I've been really lucky with the name I have. Is super gender neutral. I do like my name. I don't have anything against it, no problems with it. My first name, that is. I'm not a huge fan of my middle name, if you know it. let's not talk about it. It's not bad, but I just feel like it doesn't suit me. And my parents we always joke about that. But yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna change my name. I have been thinking about it. I've been coming up with some alternatives, but nothing that has stuck super well yet. And yeah, so I just don't know yet. We'll see how that goes. I mean, it would be nice to have a fresh start with a new name as I change my identity a little bit, but I also am struggling because I'm not wanting to erase who I've been. I was born female, I was raised female. I don't want to erase that part of my life. It was a huge part of my life, and I don't have a problem with that part of my life, but I do want to grow from that, so we'll see how it goes. I don't know. If anyone has any name suggestions, hit them up my way. So, which bathroom do you use? It's a good question, but it causes me a lot of stress and anxiety, honestly. Right now, I try not to go to the bathroom in public places unless they do have a single stall bathroom, like family bathroom type thing. Those are a blessing, honestly. I have gone in the women's and men's bathroom. I've had problems in each bathroom from people, but right now, I really don't care which bathroom I use. If I have to go, I have to go, and I'll usually just pick the least busy of the two.
I'm transgender. What? Did you notice the bow? I'm not comfortable with the sex I was assigned at birth, so I'm exercising my right to identify with the gender of my choice. Now get out of my way, I have to take a shit.
I don't really like going into bathrooms because I know I feel uncomfortable, and people have told me that I make them uncomfortable in the bathroom, and I don't really enjoy putting myself in that situation. But yeah, I mean, right now, actually, it's kind of funny because I do get more flack in the women's bathroom lately than in the men's bathroom, and I'm kind of weird in that way where I'm like, oh, you're right. I should not be in the women's bathroom. Keep giving me shit for it. Like, it's kind of a cool progress thing that I'm seeing where I'm like, okay, I'm going to use the women's bathroom. Oh, wait, I shouldn't be using the women's bathroom. What do you do when someone asks you your gender? So I personally haven't had anyone come up to me and directly ask me what my gender is, but I definitely have had some people who misgender me, usually not on purpose. I am at a very in-between stage right now where I could pass for female or male, so it's not something I take personally, but I don't really feel comfortable correcting people at the moment either, because throughout a day, if I'm out all day, I'll get called ma'am sometimes, I'll get called sir sometimes, people call me she, people call me he, so right now I'm not too worried about it, because I don't really pass as much as I'd like as a man, but no, I don't think people should ever just go and ask someone their gender. It's not really any of your business, just leave someone alone. What advice would you give to someone who is questioning their gender and doesn't have support of their friends and family? So I've been super blessed in the sense that my friends and family have been supportive of what I'm doing and my gender journey, I like to call it. But if you don't have that, you definitely need to find some like-minded people who do feel the same way as you do, can understand how you're feeling, because even, I have to say, when I first came out as trans, I felt pretty alone in that sense, where I have the support, but people don't necessarily understand how I'm feeling, you know? So it's super important to have people like that. You can definitely get super down on yourself. If you don't have that, you're going to feel alone, but it's definitely not the case. I mean, there's so many people who have different gender identities and people you can talk to about it, so you can definitely reach out to me. I'll put some resources down below, and social media is a great place to link up with people who are super like-minded as you are. So I know this was a bit of a more serious video, but I did really want to just address some of those things I was getting a lot of questions about. I did get a lot of questions also about how did I know I was trans, so I definitely want to address that as well, but I think that's going to be a separate video, just because I have a lot to say on that regard. So yeah, we're going to dive into that another time, but thanks for coming along and listening to me rant again. Yeah, have a great day, and we'll catch you later.